Hi, welcome to the Janice McQueen Show, and I'm Janice McQueen. I'm really excited to come to you live from Los Angeles. I have some amazing guests to share with you, their inspiration and their dreams. I have with me today Dayna Leslie Hodges, whom I know from acting, but she's also a poet, a writer, and an extraordinary person. She's going to share how she took care of her father, who suffered from dementia for over 10 years. Welcome to the show, Dayna. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, one of the things that really inspired me about you and getting to know you in acting class was the fact that you were so passionate about not only the craft of acting, but so passionate about taking care of others. And you took care of your father, who suffered from dementia. And from my understanding, that was for 10 years.
It was.
And you said, quote unquote, that dementia is a long goodbye. Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah. Being a long goodbye is watching my father go from being my father to taking care of a child. And, you know, it's the increments of losing him. So there was goodbyes all along the way of who he was as who he was turning into. Mm-hmm. So it's like I lost my father early on, and then it was like I lost a child in the end because he became a child. So it's quite a journey of daily goodbyes in increments like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough thing to go through. I know what it's like to take care of a parent, but I've never gone through anything like dementia or Alzheimer's. Is there any advice that you can give to people out there that are going through the exact same thing and taking care of someone that they love?
As far as advice, I mean, I just say love the person, you know, love them and be patient with them. Mm-hmm. Because when they repeat things over and over, or ask questions over and over, or don't understand something, they can't help it, you know. So trying to help them understand things that is beyond their comprehension level, expecting them to do more than they could do, makes it really difficult for the one with the dementia because they're already in a state of confusion or not knowing. Mm-hmm. And so, like for me, I just would be really patient with my dad, kind of take cues from him as to what he could understand. I would endeavor to communicate with him however I could. Like an example would be, I would say, Dad, do you want something to drink? No, 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 no. Are you thirsty? No, no, no. Dad, if I give you something to drink, will you drink it? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You know, so I would find ways that would resonate with him in an understanding, because if I just went by no, then he would have been thirsty.
Right.
You know, so I would do anything to communicate or reach him, you know.
Well, you're probably learning to really hear what they're going through and to understand them, because they're communicating differently if they're suffering. What are the signs? Did you notice something early on before the dementia was diagnosed? Can you share with us what that was like and when you started noticing a difference in his health?
Well, it began with TIA strokes.
Oh, okay.
That, you know, he had those for several years, the TIAs, and then things started to change, like with he started repeating himself more. Right. Asking questions more, getting lost while driving. He went to, I think it was like a Home Depot one time, obviously early on, and he went to buy something. He went to write the check, and it was gibberish, and the person handed it back, and he came home and showed it to my mom, and that was like a real wake-up call. Like, he was scared, and he admitted it, and he showed it, and he started declining after that.
Wow. So over the course of the 10 years, you saw him diminish in his ability to remember you or to speak with you. But do you think that your father did remember you and your mom?
It's interesting. Yeah, he forgot me as daughter or my mom as his wife, and our names, although we would say the names over and over, and he would say it, but it didn't jive as knowing exactly who we were. But he knew us by sight. He knew us because we were the ones that we took care of him at home all these years. And so he knew we were the ones that loved him and were there for him and did for him. I mean, we did everything for him like you would do for a baby or a toddler. And you could see it in his eyes, like he may not have understood who we were, but he knew the love, and he knew he felt safe. And at the end, when he was passing, he reached for my mom and my hands, even though there were some other people there. Like he did this under the covers. He knew it was us, and I just think love knows, like deep down inside, even if his memory didn't remember, his heart did, I believe, in just the way he responded to us.
Now, I was reading a little bit about you and what you had gone through in taking care of your father, and you'd mentioned the importance of music and how that he would remember that, and that he had a really nice singing voice. Do you think that music helped you in taking care of your father? Do you think it helped him to remember better?
And we didn't find this out till after the fact, after we were doing this with the music, with either playing like the big band music is what he loved, or singing, because he was a singer. He had a gorgeous voice. But music is like one of the therapies, or something that really reaches Alzheimer's patients. It affects a different area of the brain,
right,
and they respond to it. And like with my father, the songs like he sang to my mom when he was courting her and early on, are like My Funny Valentine was one of the songs we would sing, because that's one he remembered that he used to sing to my mom. You Are My Sunshine. Different songs that we would sing, he could sing in full sentences, remember the songs in full sentences, even though we couldn't carry on a conversation in full sentences. And he would light up. We would do this every day. We would sing with him, and you would just see his face light up. And there'd be times when Mom, I, and he would be singing, but like at first he wouldn't want to, but then we would start singing, and he couldn't help himself. He would just start singing, and it was a really beautiful intimacy that we shared in doing that. And gosh, I missed that. It was very, very special, and we just happened on it accidentally, because no one had told us. And it's becoming more evident now how music really affects Alzheimer's patients in a really positive way.